Yarn overs are these pretty little eyelets in your knitted fabric, and they're used in this kind of lace or in this sort of mesh lace, and they're really simple to do. So when you're working on a stockinette kind of fabric, a yarn over is simply bringing your yarn forward between your needles. Now when you make your next knit stitch, you're going to have the stitch, and then you're going to have this strand of yarn that lies across the needle. So we've made a knit one, yarn over, knit one. Yarn over, which is just bringing the yarn to the front, and then we're going to make a knit stitch. The knit stitch that we make after the yarn over is not part of the yarn over. The yarn over is simply placing your yarn between the needles to the front of the work so that when you make your next stitch, you create that strand that lies across the top of the needle. You can already see how that little hole is going to form when you purl back over it. If you carry your yarn in your left hand, a yarn over is worked like this. Bring your left needle up underneath the yarn and then work your knit stitch. Underneath, and then just work your knit stitch. So what if the stitch before your yarn over is a purl stitch? Hey, no problem. Your yarn's already in the front because you've just made a purl stitch, so you're just going to leave it there. There isn't actually a movement associated with the yarn over, so just leave your yarn in front and make your next stitch, and you automatically have that yarn over. So if you have a purl stitch, leave your yarn, and you want to do a yarn over and your next stitch is a knit stitch, just leave your yarn in front and go ahead and make that knit stitch. Now, what if you have a knit stitch and your stitch after your knit stitch, after your yarn over, is supposed to be a purl stitch? You're going to bring your yarn forward to make your purl stitch, but that doesn't give you a yarn over. It just puts your yarn in the correct position. So to make a yarn over before a purl stitch, you have to come around again and make your purl stitch. That gives you the purl stitch, and then it gives you that strand of yarn across your needle, which is the yarn over. Let's look at that again. So our yarn is in front, we have a purl stitch, we're going to bring it around again and make that purl stitch for the yarn over.